Sziasztok! Ebben a videóban Ramadannal, egy Magyarországon élő fiatal palesztin férfival beszélgetek, aki mesél a családjáról, Gázáról, a közvéleményről. Fel akarom hívni a figyelmet, hogy a videóban a jelenlegi gázai helyzet miatt elég megrázó dolgokról lesz szó. Ha ez neked éppen túl sok, teljesen megértem, majd találkozunk a következő videóban. Az interjú angol nyelven készült, én feliratoztam magyarul, extra információkat helyenként bejátszok a videóban, a hivatkozásokat megtaláljátok a leírásban. Tagoknak köszi, komment, like, iratkozzatok fel, algoritmus, tudjátok. Egy intelligens, kedves fiatal férfit ismerhettem meg Ramadanban, fogadjátok szeretettel!
Hello, my name is Ramadan Migari. I'm a Palestinian who lives and works here in Hungary. I came to Hungary at the beginning of 2018 to continue my master degree in business, and after graduation I worked in a company as an accountant, and I'm here in Hungary almost for 6 years. Originally I am from Gaza. I still have my family there. I'm the oldest between my one brother and 6 sisters. My brother is out in Germany, but the whole of my family are in Gaza. In the last few weeks, there was a tragic incident that faced me and faced my remaining members of my family, which is I lost 22 of my first degree relatives in the war, in the bombing. Israel in 17th of October bombed the neighborhood where my family were living there. Usually in Gaza, because we don't have that much area, so people live above them in one place, in one building above each other. My grandpa's house were accommodating more than 50 persons at that time, because my family, my parents, they moved from our house because our house was bombed at the first week. So we had to move to my grandpa's house, and also my aunt, she came from the north part of Gaza to the south because she thought that it will be safer. In the afternoon at 1 p.m. around this time, the neighborhood was bombed by more than 6 missiles by Israel airstrike. More than 80 persons died in total. 22 of my first degree relatives, and I have other relatives who were living in another house next to our house. So almost from my family, I lost around 40 to 50 persons in just one moment, one strike. And I want to say that the people who were passed away and killed at that moment, all of them are civilians. They are children, they are women, they are just civilians, peaceful, who were living in a crowded neighborhood. In the neighborhood where my family were there, it's just houses. There is nothing related to military, nothing related to an army or to a Hamas or anything. It was just like a type of genocide that Israel keep committing every day. So in the last few weeks, our life became only on the news. So from the morning till night, we keep watch the news because you have your loved people there in Gaza. So you need to keep contacting them, asking them how they are doing, if they are still safe. And I was checking some social media. I saw a video. My uncle, he is outside of Gaza. He was sharing a video, and in that video, the person who was taking the video, he was showing destruction. I didn't realize this in the beginning, but then I start noticing that this area and this neighborhood, the person in the video shooting is our neighborhood. I recognize it from a specific building with a specific painting.
Which neighborhood is it?
Al-Burej camp. It's in the middle of Gaza, the southern part of Gaza, which is supposed to be safe as for Israel say. I saw the neighborhood. I couldn't recognize it. The destruction was really, really big. I didn't see our house. So I directly called my uncle, asking him about the video. What is that in the video? I know that this is our neighborhood, but which part of our neighborhood did something happen to my family? Then he started saying, okay, they bombed the neighborhood. We don't know yet what is the news because the communication with Gaza is difficult. Later I called my brother. My brother had the news that our family building were bombed, and few members of my family were passed away, were killed at the beginning. Then, like, minute after minute, I hear new people from my family were killed. I get the names till they reached the 22 person of my family who were killed. Yeah, it was like difficult for me to handle this from the beginning. It's a big, like, you don't know what to do. Like, you can't do anything. You are here in a different country. Your people, my people is in Gaza, being killed. You see only your memories being destroyed, your house where you grew up being destroyed. You know that you didn't bury your beloved people, like my parents, my sisters. I lost my father, my mother, 2 of my sisters. I lost also 3 of my uncles. One of them, he was killed with his family, his wife, 4 of his children, 4 of his grandson, and my grandpa also. I also lost my aunt with her 3 children. So almost 22 of just my first, I would say my first degree house. I still have 4 sisters alive. I was lucky 2 of them left the house 10 minutes before the bombing. One of them, she was in the house.
There was no warning then?
No, the warning is the bombing. This is the only warning you got, the missile. No, they were not warned. This is how it happened. It's really difficult to handle, to deal with it. I know that I am the oldest of my sisters and I need to take care of them. I need to be their brother, the big brother, and the father for them, to guide them to what is the right, what is the wrong. And I want to confirm again that all of the people are civilians, children, women. The area where my family were living is a civilian area. There was nothing happening in that area that make dangerous to Israel. They were bombing random places, random housing, for the case of just terrifying people, letting them hate the life in Gaza, to push them out of Gaza by any price, even if the price was kids, children, and civilians.
How is your family now? What do you know about them?
So my sisters who were still alive, they went to my aunt's house, but the communication with them is really difficult. I'm able to contact them only like once every 3-4 days because there is no internet, there is no network for phones, there is no safe place in Gaza. Israel is bombing everything, literally. Houses, bakeries, hospitals, like universities. These things, they have nothing to do with military stuff. They are just making the life really difficult in Gaza for the people. There is no green area for people to seek just to save their life. Like, even people are being bombed when they are moving. People are being bombed when they are in a queue waiting for the bread and the bakery. People in Gaza now need to stay in the queue for 5-6 hours just to get 1 kilo of bread to feed their families. There is lack of water now in Gaza. The current situation, people are in a difficult way, they get water. There is a lot of diseases and illness is coming up and rising now because there is no proper health medical care happening now in Gaza because of bombing of hospitals, a lot of contamination, a lot of pollution. It's really difficult situation for the people now in Gaza, and people there, they are really tired of the current situation.
You said that you grew up in Gaza.
Yes.
What was it like?
So you grew up in a childhood that is not like other children's life. You grew up in a difficult atmosphere where from time to time you have a war, you have some attack and some bombing. Also, you don't have the facilities as a child to enjoy your life. Go to gardens, to have toys or play in the playground. It's very rare in Gaza. Even if you want to play as a kid, you play tough games because you have a tough life, like running between your neighbor kids, pretending that someone is following you and trying to survive. You go to school. In the school, there is no enough, I would say, capacities in the school. As a child, there is 50 students in the class. So people in Gaza, they were living from their childhood to their adult in a really difficult situations. And this is what makes Gaza people strong, in the same time tough people, in the same time people who would like to have a better life.
How did you experience the occupation?
Israel left Gaza in 2005. I was almost 12 at that time. We didn't have that much interaction with them in Gaza like what's happening in West Bank. What we know that they enter the refugee camp where I was living. If they want someone, they start bombing the area and shooting bullets in their way to get that person. So this is, I would say, the only experience that I have it with the Israeli army after they left 2005. They left Gaza. The only interaction with Israeli army was only seeing the military planes F-16 attacking and bombing Gaza Strip and civilian houses.
I don't know how much Hungarian news you are watching or coverage, because it's very not really pro-Palestine.
In Hungary, it's prohibited for Palestinians to go and, I would say, not just protesting, but asking for their life rights. Because if you look to any Palestinian protest, what they chant for, they say ceasefire, they say stop the genocide, they say Palestinians has the right to life, they say that they are humans. So this is what they say. They don't cause harm. They don't ask for a killing of someone, or they don't have these radical slogans. They just ask to cease the fire and ask for Palestinian right to have a good life. It's really sad that we're supposed to be in a democratic country, so everyone has the right to speak.
I have done some pro-Palestine content on my channel, and the majority of negative responses were that I'm being anti-Semitic.
Yeah, this is another thing, that whatever you say, directly someone will accuse you with this, that you're anti-Semitic. So in this case, people will say that you are not fair. What fairness to some people, you should only take what Israel says. Don't listen to the other part. Don't believe their story. So this is really ridiculous. You should understand the full story. You should have the two part of the story. You should have some other picture of the puzzle so you can, let's say, build an opinion. In the last few weeks, I saw a lot of bias by a lot of media, TV media reporters. When you look into the interviewers, if the interviewee is an Israeli person, the TV reporter, he start ask like normal, soft question, making Israelis look like they are the victim, they are nice people. But when it comes to a Palestinian interviewee, he start asking really harsh, tough questions, making the Palestinians look like they are the criminals. Although if you look into the numbers, how many people killed from this side, how many people were killed from this side, you will know who is the real victim, and you will know who is the real murderer, who is the real criminal. In the media, you can see that they are using specific terms when they talk about something related to Israel. Like they say Israeli has been killed, but when it comes to Palestinian, they say Palestinian died or passed away. They say Israeli children, but when it comes to Palestinian, they say Palestinian underage. So they are using some terms which make you a little bit sympathize with Israel, not with Palestine. But although that they should treat both of the sides in a fair way. Whenever an Israeli come on TV, whatever he say, they don't ask for a proof. But when it comes to Palestinian and he say 5,000 were killed, they start questioning, who are these? Your numbers are not accurate. Where's the proof? So there is a really biased media here. Like this is not showing the truth, and this is not helping in solving the problem here on the issue. If you want this to end, this tragedy, you need to have a correct point of view with correct information. Israel is trying to dehumanize the Palestinian. One of the military leaders, he was saying that Palestinians are not humans, they are animals. So, and somehow this will make killing of the Palestinian something easy, and the world will accept that, because the people who are being killed they are not human to the world after. Yeah. So yeah, dehumanizing the Palestinian. I don't know what like words can express this, but it's really not acceptable. When you meet someone as a Palestinian or a Palestinian is on TV, the first question always that he or she faces, people start asking about 7th of October, like what do you think about 7th of October, or do you condemn Hamas? But what's happening is a series, we are mentioning only the last episode, but we have previous episodes. What about 8th of October? What about 9th of October? What about 10th of October? Okay, Hamas started the attack on 7th of October this time, but what about the war in 2008? Israel started, what about 2012, 2014? What about 2021? So you skip all of this and you start the story from the last scene. This is unfair. Israel army is one of the most high-tech advanced army in the world. For sure, killing civilians, kids and women from any side is not good. From both sides, for any reason, killing the kids and women, something that should be, let's say, condemned. Israel is always saying, how we are attacking Hamas, we are attacking Hamas, but look at the videos who are being killed. Kids and women. They say bombed Hamas base, but look at what they bomb. Hospitals, they're bombing school. They start making a lot of propaganda and a lot of lies, showing videos about a Shifa hospital to make the hospital look like it's a headquarters for Hamas, but they went there, they didn't find things. They come up with a stupid video. So they're trying to make the Palestinian look like evil, and this make you start questioning and suspecting in everything Israel is saying.
There have been more and more questioning voices.
That's true. I hope that they are turning, I don't want to say to be pro-Palestinian, but I hope that they're turning to be fair and to show the reality as it is, not just following someone's agenda, using specific terminology, showing one side of the truth. It's not a truth. So I hope that they will be aware that every day they are hiding this stuff and these pictures. In other way, they are making people untrust them, because people nowadays have the way and have the tools to know the truth. And TV, media, they are not the only tool nowadays. In the past, it was, but nowadays, everyone can access the truth if they want.
How do you feel about with these events happening in Palestine, living here in Hungary?
My body here is in Hungary, but my soul is still in Gaza. Sometimes I feel that I am lucky to be here. Sometimes I feel that I'm not lucky. I'm not lucky because the suffering that is happening in Gaza, the killing, the genocide, and I feel that I am lucky because God wanted me to stay alive to take care of my sisters. So yeah, it's not easy, this feeling that you are not sharing your people the tragic events they are passing through. In a moment I want to stay here, in another moment I want to be with them, even if it was not a proper life there in Gaza, but at least staying next to the people you love them is somehow make you feel that you did your duty. For now I feel helpless, like there is not that much things I can do to protect my family or to help them by somehow in the current situation. We are, as a Palestinians, we are only seeking a normal life, and we are seeking justice. We are looking for the basic needs that anyone in any other part of the world can get it easily, but we are in Gaza, we are not having it as any other human. And I hope that our children in the future will rise up as any other children in the world, rising up and growing up in a peaceful way. Gazans and Palestinians have been suffering for more than 75 years, and this should one day come to end.